Alright, hi guys, so it's cycle day 13 in the afternoon. Just uploaded my video. It literally just went live. Well, live. It uploaded. What happened was at around 12:30 I stopped drinking, and it is now almost 5. I have not had a sip to drink since then. It is like, I'm like so dehydrated, it's not even funny. So when I stopped drinking at 12:30, I tested around 2:30 and I emptied my bladder in between just to make sure that all the watery parts were out. So when I used my urine at 2:30, that was 2 hours after I stopped drinking, and emptied my bladder I think twice before that, and it was still like really watery. I tested anyway because I was like, what the hell, I don't know if how long we're going to be able to go today, and I just wanted to see what it looked like. So I tested then, and it was obviously super faint. So I still didn't drink anything, and I tested again at 3:30, so I held it for another hour after I emptied my bladder, and my pee was still watery. Like, not horribly, but it was still pretty watery for what I'm used to. So I don't know what's going on there. Like, that was 3 hours after I had a drink. And I don't even know what to say to that. So that's what happened. So at 3:30 I was like just forget about all of this. I might as well just keep it another hour because it's gonna drive me crazy if I don't test again. So now I just took again, but it seems like I got somewhat of a faulty test because there's some kind of stupid line on here, and it's driving me mad because I don't know what it means. None of the, like, it seems like it's just the sticker, but I don't know. Either way, so the one at 2:30 was like non-existent. Then the one at 3:30 got a little bit darker, and the one now, I don't know if it's just because it's a faulty test or if it just went faint again, but I'm done testing for it today. I'm not testing again, even though my urine is still up there. So, I don't know. This is driving me crazy, but, I'm going to drink something, and I'm not going to think about this. I'm probably just going to throw my pee away, so I'm not tempted to test again. Because just alone today, so far, I took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tests. And I did that one on Saturday already, too. So that is, stupid fly. So that's 10 days, or 10 tests. So that's like 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That's 5 days worth of testing that I did in 2 days. Oh, it's ridiculous. I'm turning into such a piano stick addict. Anyway, I'll just show you guys what's going on. So this is the morning one that was diluted, so then it got darker when I held my pee again. This one was the first one that I took, which was super light again. Of course, phone. Hold on. And then it's going to ring. I'm just not going to answer for a second. Then this one was the one I took an hour ago, which got darker again. And then this was the one just now, which is super faint again, like super faint. And you guys see that thing? It's like a little square in the corner, and I don't know what that means, but it seems to be on the sticker, so I don't know. I'm just going to leave this and just forget about it, because today... Bailey! She's barking because she can hear my mom on the answering machine. Anyway, so it obviously got a lot lighter again compared to this one, and obviously this one was my darkest one yet. I don't know if that means that I missed it or whatever, but yeah, I don't know. Have to see, and I'll see you tomorrow, especially what my temp does too. So I'll see you guys then. Bye. Alright, good morning guys. It's cycle day 14 for me today, and it's the morning. I already took a test this morning because same thing as yesterday, like my bladder was really full and it actually wasn't too bad. So I took that test, but then like I took a shower and stuff and held it just to make sure that my bladder was emptied, and then go from there. So that test is drying right now. My temperature did have a little bit of a drop this morning. I don't know what that could mean, but obviously a drop doesn't matter as much as it rising really, really high. But I don't have my hopes really high just because my LPKs are nowhere near being even like close to positive like they were before. And I also realized yesterday, because I went back on my videos, I always thought that I got my positive OPK last time on cycle day 14. And so that's what I thought, but it is actually on cycle day 12. So that has obviously come and gone, and I'm already on cycle day 14 and nothing's happening. I know that on the Femera you can ovulate as late as cycle day 21 or 22, so I mean, there is still hope, but then again, not really, because if my body tried to ovulate on cycle day 12 last cycle, and I took double the dosage to it, like this time around, I figured that it would be around the same or like close to it, not taking that much longer, you know what I mean? So I don't know what to think of it. And to be honest, I did have like a really down day, like last night when my husband came home. I just wasn't myself. I was just miserable. It was just not fun last night, and I wanted to document it, but by the time we actually got to talk about what was going on with me, we were already in bed talking, and that's kind of awkward. So I don't know, I just said something to my husband last night that I thought that I would share with you guys. To me, it's not like, obviously, like I said, all the waiting and not knowing what's going on with my body sucks, and like all of you say, like, I need to tell my doctor to get monitored, and I will. Today in 2 weeks is my appointment, so that's what I am going to tell her. I'm not going to continue with anything until she actually monitors me and like keeps an eye on me, so that I know what's even going on, whether or not the medication is somewhat working or not working at all, or like, I don't even know if my follicles are growing. I don't know if it's my lining. Like, I have no idea, right? So like, I know she just wanted to try 2 months because she thinks like I'm young and things can work like themselves out, but this is obviously not working itself out, and it's obviously not working, so something needs to happen. And I'm driving myself crazy. Like I was trying to explain to my husband last night, it's not just like, okay, we got into not an argument, but there's just been things going on the last 3 nights where life always got in the way of us being able to BD. Just things going on, like feeling sick and stuff like that. So when you have in your head that you should be BDing every second day, and then some, like I know some of you ladies probably know this too, like, you know, you have in your head, okay, it should be around every second day. If you do it like twice in a row, then you can skip the next day and like go into a different rhythm or something like that. But anyway, so that had like happened to us. It was like three nights in a row that stuff just kept coming up, and neither one of us felt like doing anything. But obviously, like, the minute you're realizing that you're not going to BD, like for me personally, and I'm sure some of you out there have that same feeling, like you kind of have like a panic attack, because like as soon as Matt turns around and falls asleep, I'm like, crap, so now what if that that OPK turns positive tomorrow, we didn't BD, like, then that one time that it would work, we didn't do our like homework and what we should have done. So that's like something that stresses me out like crazy, on top of stressing out about taking OPKs properly. And like, and then last night I was so dehydrated from not being able to drink for like 5 hours just so I can see what my OPK is really like. Like, it's exhausting. It really is. And I know that all of us are going through most of the same stuff. What's going on with me, right? Like, I don't know. Obviously, like, my favorite way of what would happen now is that I go in 2 weeks and she tells me that I didn't ovulate, so then I'm like, okay, so now you gotta monitor me. And then we agreed to try one more cycle on the Femera, but monitor me and see if my follicles are growing, because if they're growing and they're nice sizes and they're just not popping out, then maybe all I need is a trigger shot. But then again, like, it could happen that I say, okay, I want to stay on the Femera and monitor me, and nothing happens. Like, the medication just doesn't react with me. And then there goes another month. So then I don't, like, oh, there's just so many ways that it could go and that I want it to go, and it's just horrible. It really is. And I don't know what to expect from the appointment in 2 weeks. And what like, the sentence that I told my husband last night that I wanted to share with you guys is, like, last night I literally said I'm done. Like, I just after almost 2 years of going through this, and now like the last 3 months or whatever of doing all of this and doing all the testing, and I was exhausted. And it's not, I told my husband, it's not the fact that I don't want a baby. I want a baby more than anything else, and so does he. But you just get to that point where you're just so exhausted that you don't know why you're doing it anymore, right? Like there's no light at the end of the tunnel. You don't know if it's ever gonna work, or if you're just stressing yourself out for nothing and it's never gonna work. So the other thing that got to me when I told him, I was like, I'm done. I don't think I can go past this anymore, like past the cycle. I don't know how. I don't know what's gonna happen. And the thing that gets me is like I said, it's not that I don't want a baby, but pretty soon we're gonna be at that point where, okay, how am I gonna say this? There's different kinds of issues, right? Like some of you guys, your husbands are the problem and you're fine. Some of you guys ovulate, the husbands are fine, and you just don't get pregnant. But for me, if I never ovulate, I can't get pregnant. Like for me, there's no IUI. Like if they can't get me to ovulate somehow, I can't get pregnant. And then the only thing that's left to do is IVF, obviously, where they just take the egg and do it themselves and put it back in, right? So, but like, even with like trigger shots and Clomid and stuff like that, like we're gonna get to that point pretty soon where we're not going to be able to afford it, let alone IVF. Like I can never ever do IVF because we don't have those kind of like finances available to us, right? So to me, it's just like, I don't know how we're ever going to get past this. And the sentence that I meant to say the whole time is, right now I have the decision to say I'm done. As much as would hurt to say that, but right now I'm in the power, rather to coming around to that point where it's like, okay, so now my wallet's telling me I can't have a baby. And like, that's what I'm scared of. Like that just, it puts me down so much knowing that like, I know we're gonna get to that point where nothing's gonna work, and I just, like, I won't be able to keep doing like expensive fertility medication every month, and OBKs every month, and maybe trigger shots every month, and like all of that stuff, like it starts adding up, right? And like, I know we've not been doing this for so long, but just with our situation with me not being able to work, and like, it's not like, I don't want to say like we're, oh my gosh, like we're broke. We're not broke, but like you'll have like certain money saved up for stuff like this, right? But I couldn't, like I said, I could never say, like, I don't know how much IVF is, but I've heard, like, 10 grand and up. I don't have 10 grand laying around for every month, and kudos to all of you that can. Like, I applaud you for being able to do that, but, like, me personally, I can't. And that is something that scares me, because then my wallet, or our finances define whether or not I'm ever going to be a mom. So, I don't know, like, we kind of agreed that we would just keep doing what we're doing for the 2 weeks, obviously, until I have my doctor's appointment and see what she says. And then go from there, I guess, and see what she suggests or what she has planned for us and wants us to do. But I don't know, I'm just getting to that point where I'm starting to realize that it's probably not going to happen. And I'm not trying to be a Debbie Downer or anything, and not trying to have like this huge sob story here. Like, it's just been one of those days where everything adds up and you just start thinking, and the way that I was thinking last night kind of actually makes sense, you know? So, I don't know, we'll just have to take it day by day and see where it goes, and see if we can get me to ovulate somehow. But if we can't, then I don't know what's left for us, right? So, anyway, so much for my morning session in the bathroom. Okay, so I'll show you guys my chart because of my temperature dip. And then I'll also show you my OPKs. Okay, so this is my chart. And like you can see, it kind of dipped low. But like I mentioned before too, unless it goes like way up high, there's no way of telling anything from this yet. So, I don't know, just wait for it to rise, or I don't know. Like I said, I have a feeling it's going to stay in that range, and I'm just not going to ovulate this cycle. Okay, so this one, like those ones were the ones last night, which is like funny because this one is darker than this one. This one was the one this morning, the first one that I took, and then this one is the one right now. And they're both the same, like no huge difference or anything. If anything, this one might be even a little bit lighter once it dries. So, like I said, I don't know. My appliques aren't doing anything, so just wait and see. I'll see you guys this afternoon. Well, for you guys this morning, I'll go edit this. Okay, bye guys.